Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The Grizzlies were able to move on after a 6-game battle in round 2. They now have a new adversary in the conference finals as they tip off tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Western Conference Finals, right here, right now.
Two Western teams have run the gauntlet. Only one can emerge victorious to claim a spot in the finals. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals begins in a moment. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Memphis Grizzlies here in FedEx Forum. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
Yeah, and in the postseason, you'd love to be at full strength, but neither team is, and they've just got to deal with it.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, we've got Randall, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Rudy Gobert, and it's McDaniels in at the 3. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jackson, and it's Clark in at the 5 spot. And finished off by Morant.
You know why Morant makes those dunks look so easy? He's got a 44-inch vertical. That's unbelievable.
Knocks it loose. Morant with the steal. And it's Clark slamming it down.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
There's the lob to Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, he was making sure of that one. Jackson with the strong finish.
So it's the Timberwolves now. 6-point game. Locked loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. You look at the Grizzlies. Break the higher seed. They start this series on their home court, but they cannot be overconfident.
No, the stage is set, my friend, and really it's going to all come down to how you perform between those lines.
So how do you keep the governor on overconfidence?
You got to focus on the task, and I was always taught you respect your opponent and understand that if they play their best, it's going to be a challenge for you. Don't allow them to get that kind of confidence.
There's Jackson Jr. with that huge catch radius. You can put that pass almost anywhere.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute, and we talked about the bruising big man, Julius Randle. He told me Julius sets the tone for them with his physicality, so we have to try and match that. We can't let him bully his way into the lane and get to his spots. We have to make him uncomfortable. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Wow. When Morant is hitting the 3, he becomes basically unguardable.
That's McDaniels, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
From deep three-point territory, and it's Morant missing. Randall against Clark. Pass to McDaniels. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Knocked away. It's stolen by Gobert. Morant against DiVincenzo. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. Memphis leading by 6. Morant passes to Jackson. Morant outside. Close throws the alley-oop.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Here's Clark driving the lane. That one falls. Clark's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Timberwolves trail by 8. High post, Gobert. He's against Clark. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Santi Aldama comes in for Jackson. And Pippen subbed in for Wells. Michael Conley, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Yeah, nice timing in the pick and roll. Gobert finishing the job.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Morant. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And, guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Well, the word dynamic really only scratches the surface with Ja Morant. The way he moves, his speed, it's all just on another level.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. So it's the Grizzlies now after the basket by Minnesota.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
So it's the Timberwolves now. They trail by 9 points. Tipped away. Pass to McDaniels. Ja Morant grabs the rebound. Clark the pass to Aldama. Clark a screen on McDaniels. And it's Clark slamming it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they've built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Reed, defended by Aldama. That one goes. Counted.
Yeah, Conley is not an easy cover. He can be quick on his feet when he sees a lane to the basket.
Morant. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
Shannon passes to Reed. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Memphis holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been... And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And looking at what we've seen, Grizzlies pretty much in control here.
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Reed is out there with Miller. Then it's Conley, and it's Clark in at the small forward position. Kennard lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Kennard's got his first points of the game. Here's Alexander Walker. No scoring in this one. Pass to Clark. Reed with a screen for Clark. Unloads from 13. No good that time. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Kennard, the pass to Aldama. Jackson from long range hits the three-point bomb. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Good read by Aldama. His selfless attitude is why his guys enjoy playing with him.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. And it's Miller in the corner. And it's Miller with the jam.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Memphis with the ball, and it's been pretty smooth sailing for them in the playoffs so far. They've only dropped 2 games.
And they're a team that doesn't get rattled, even with all the pressure that comes with postseason basketball. It's a testament to the leadership in that locker room.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Wells is checked in for G.G. Jackson. And it's Bain in for Kennard. Shannon passes to Conley. Clark outside. Picked by Reed. Just 5 on the clock. From the arc. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Such a confident shooter. Reed was ready as soon as the ball got to him.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Now, here's Pippen. Still scoreless. Jackson a screen on Conley. To the paint. Here's Shannon. Pass to Minot. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Aldama gets the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here is Conley, defended by Aldama. The 3. That one, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Here's Shannon. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Ruff's jacked in, and it's John Morant in for Pippen. Some changes for Minnesota. DiVincenzo against Morant. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 8. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Memphis moving it around. Here's Morant. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, he's looking pretty much unstoppable. Morant making the defense regret that physicality.
First team foul. At the line for 1. Josh Morant.
That's good from Morant. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Randall with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. Here's Aldama. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Well, look, Aldama is a very good passer out of the front court.
1:07 left to play here in the half. Randall passes to DiVincenzo. Now Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Bane kicks to Morant. Gobert with the block.
Nice play by Gobert, providing elite rim protection for over a decade. Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Memphis leading by 9. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Morant drives in, and they'll keep possession. Over to the wing. For 3. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Obviously, Morant has found his flow here, finding plenty of ways to create for himself.
Now here's Randall, guarded closer. Jacks up a 3. That one doesn't drop. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Please direct your attention to center court.
Well, to be honest, a good shot for one person may not be a good shot for you. Each guy on this team has to understand his limitation.
Looking at this series. And that is it for halftime.
We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Clark, and it's Wells in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Timberwolves trail by 16. Ball's knocked loose. Bane with the steal. Stolen. Here's Randall. The Grizzlies pull it in. Here's Clark, and then Clark slams it in.
Well, this offense is so much better when Jackson moves the ball.
And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. That one good for 2. Morant's got 20.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. It's good. McDaniels got 6 points.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Here's Bane. Nothing on the board. Clark outside. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
You gotta know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Timberwolves trail by 18. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Morant in for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Poked away. Morant with the steal. Goes up and finished off by Morant.
Well, we're watching a special guy here. Morant with a nose for the ball, and on the break, he is a great finisher.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's DiVincenzo, and he banks in the layup. DiVincenzo's got his second bucket of the night, and the Grizzlies leading by 18. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that
one. Here's DiVincenzo. Woke loose. Pass to Randall. Clock at 6. Shot from the wing. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Wells in the corner. Now here's Morant. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. They get a hand on it. One-on-one here. Here's Bain. And he makes good on the way.
Just look at the body of Bain. He's so strong, and that helps him down low.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Randall against Jackson. This one for 3. Randall no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
The Grizzlies shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night, and the first one drops.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than Ja Morant. He explodes off the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama's checked in for Brandon Clark. Gigi Jackson comes in for Wells. And Pippen subbed in for Bain. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Clark against Jackson. Conley left side. Reed kicks to McDaniels. 6 to shoot from past the arc. Ja Morant with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Shannon passes to Reed. Pippen against Conley. Can they get it? He doesn't hit that one. Memphis has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And then Morant slams it in.
Well, this kind of performance from Morant doesn't surprise anyone. He can score with the best of them.
That will count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Memphis out in front, running away with it. Don't go anywhere, folks. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th. Reed is out there with Clark. Then it's Conley. And it's Shannon in at the 2. Minnesota shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Shoots from 12. Hits some rim on the way in. And the bucket's good.
Well, you know, Conley was drafted all the way back in 2007. A time when we saw a lot more mid-range jumpers.
The shot's good from Kennard.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Here's Garza. It's hauled in by Huff. Memphis has gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. A three-pointer is right on target. Kennard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Reed kicks to Conley. Takes the 13-footer, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, if anyone epitomizes take what the defense gives you, it's Mike Conley.
Bangs home the trifecta. Kennard's got 9 points here in the second half.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And here is Conley. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And now, here's Pippen with the fast break chance. Kennard for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Pippen kicks to Kennard. They set the pick, and he lobs it up toward the rim. The 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Conley, the pass to Shannon. Reed with a screen on Kennard. It's tipped.
Using that near 7-foot frame, Aldama says, not today. Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Outside for Jackson. Aldama passes to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Clark outside. Hands it from downtown. Clark's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Look, if you're open, Conley sees you. That was a great pass.
Minnesota's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. A three-pointer, no good. And for Memphis, they're shooting an absolutely astounding 80% from the field. Everything is falling.
Man, if ever there were a way to kick off the NBA Conference Finals, this is it. Gonna be a table-setting victory here in Game 1 for the Grizzlies.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And they open these conference finals with a forceful performance to take the early lead in the series.
Yeah, they talked about sending a message here in Game 1, and no doubt about it, they delivered that message loud and clear. It's obvious who has the upper hand going forward in this series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Ja Morant.
Well, he was so active defensively, anticipating, grabbing steals, one of the most underappreciated stats in the game.
Bagley, he's checked in for Memphis. Vince Williams comes in for Jackson, and the basket is good.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And if he gets the space, Randall absolutely will take that shot. Not afraid of that corner 3.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Kennard, the pass to Bagley. A 3-ball. Hits it from 3-point range.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
The tray. It falls.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum is so critical, and you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Jaron. A young team, but you're going in the right direction. How does a game like tonight help you keep that flow?
It's progress. You know, everything is progress. A win you can learn something from, a loss you can learn something from. So we're taking every little bit of it, and we're just happy to get one at home today.
It's a step in the process, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Ja Morant.